Who were the people of al Rass, and why did Allah destroy them? In Surah al-Furqan, verse 38, Allah the Exalted reminds us of nations who perished for their sins, and we destroyed the people of Ad, the people of al Rass, and many generations between them. To all of them we gave examples, and each of them we destroyed utterly for their sins. But unlike Ad and Thamud, the Qur'an gives us very little detail about the people of al Rass. Who were they? Where did they live, and what made their punishment so severe? According to historians and commentators of the Qur'an, the people of al Rass were a powerful nation, living in flourishing cities along rivers and blessed with prosperity. Yet they turned away from the worship of Allah, devoting themselves instead to a great cypress tree, which they treated as their god. They decorated it, sacrificed to it, and believed Shaitan's whispers that the tree could speak back to them. When Allah sent them a prophet from the descendants of Yaqub alayhi salam, they rejected him, mocked him, and clung to their false worship. Finally, in their arrogance, they threw their prophet into a well and sealed it with a great stone, earning the name Ashab al Rass, the people of the well. What happened next was a punishment so terrifying that their entire civilization was erased. Fire rained from the sky, the ground beneath them turned into blazing sulfur, and they melted like molten lead, becoming an example for all generations to come. So stay with us as we uncover their story, their destruction, and the timeless lessons for us today. And if you find value in these reminders, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Who were the people of al Rass, and why were they destroyed? In verse 38 of Surah al-Furqan, Allah the Exalted mentions the destruction of a people called Ashab al Rass, the people of the well. And we destroyed the people of Ad, the people of al Rass, and many generations between them. To all of them we gave examples, and each of them we destroyed utterly for their sins. To understand the story of the people of al Rass, we turn to the accounts provided by historians and mufassirun. In the Qur'an, Surah al-Furqan 25:38 and Surah Qaf 50:12, the people of al Rass are only briefly mentioned as a nation who denied their prophet, and then they were destroyed by Allah's punishment. No detailed report is given in the Qur'an about their exact identity, their beliefs, their prophet, their location or time, nor the way they were destroyed. Because of this, historians and Quranic commentators have presented different views about who they were, why they perished, and what became of them. Most mufassirun believe that the people of al Rass were a tribe in Yamama, Arabia, to whom a prophet named Hanzala was sent. They rejected him and threw him into a well. Some scholars interpret Rass to mean a well itself, while others say it was the name of a specific well. Another group equates Rass with the river Aras in present-day Azerbaijan, claiming that the people of al Rass lived there, and they killed many prophets and were ultimately destroyed along with their towns. Many historians hold this last view to be the strongest, identifying the homeland of the people of al Rass in eastern Azerbaijan, near the city of Julfa by the river Aras. Even today, traces of their settlements are said to be visible in that region. According to these accounts, the people of Al Rass had 12 cities along the Aras River, named after the 12 Persian months: Farvardin, Ordibehesht, Khordad, Tir, Mordad, Shahrivar, Mer, Aban, Azar, Day, Bahaman, and Esfand. Even today, villages in that area carry names linked to those ancient towns. For example, Ordubad from Ordibehesht, Dasta from Day, and Azza from Azar. Among these 12, Esfand was the largest and served as the capital where their king resided. It is said that Zulkarnain was the only outsider to have visited their land. As for their time period, reports place them sometime after Noah alayhi salam and Sulaiman alayhi salam, and between the prophethood of Isa and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Some even say during the time of Khalid ibn Sinan. The Quran refers to them as belonging to earlier generations, Qur'an, a word that commentators have interpreted as meaning spans of 40 or 70 or even 120 years. Scholars like Allama Majlisi reviewed various opinions and attempted to classify the people of Al Rass within historical timelines. The people of Al Rass are said to have worshipped a great cypress tree, which they called the Shah Darakht, which means royal tree in Persian. This tree, according to tradition, was planted near a spring called Roshanab after the flood of Nuh alayhi salam. They lived after the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam and built their 12 flourishing cities along the Aras River. No river on earth was considered purer or more abundant than the Aras, and no towns were thought to be more prosperous than theirs. Every month, each city held a festival in honor of the cypress. People would gather around it, decorated with ornaments, and offer many sacrifices of cattle and sheep. They would light fires, throw the sacrifices into the flames, and as the smoke rose, they would fall in prostration, praying, said, "O our God, be pleased with us." At that moment, Shaitan would shake the tree, and from its trunk a sound like the cry of a child would emerge, saying, "O my servants, I am pleased with you." Hearing this, the people rejoiced, indulged in entertainment, drinking and immorality, and stayed there for a day and night before returning home. Each city had its own festival, but once a year all 12 gathered in Esfand for a grand celebration. There they erected a magnificent pavilion around the sacred tree, richly decorated with silk and embroidery, with 12 entrances, one for each city. Sacrifices offered there were far greater than anywhere else. Another Shaitan would violently shake the tree, a loud voice would echo from it, and people would be filled with false hopes. When their disbelief and rebellion grew extreme, Allah sent them a prophet from among the descendants of Yehuda ibn Yaqub alayhi salam. He called them to worship Allah alone, but they ignored him and clung to the worship of the cypress tree. During their grand festival, the prophet prayed to Allah, "O my Lord, you see how these people reject me and refuse to worship you, instead bowing to a tree that neither benefits nor harms them. Show them your power and destroy their false god. Dry up this cypress tree." The next morning, the people awoke to find their sacred trees withered. Shocked and angered, they accused the prophet of using sorcery. After much debate, they decided to kill him. According to a narration from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, related by Muhammad ibn Ka'b al-Qurazi, they threw their prophet into a well and covered it with a huge stone. In that land lived a servant who gathered firewood for his livelihood. He believed in the Prophet and used to secretly lower food and water into the well. One day, while collecting firewood, he fell asleep, and by Allah's command he slept for 14 years. When he awoke, thinking only an hour had passed, he prepared food and returned to the well, only to find no trace of the Prophet. According to the narration, during his long sleep, Allah's punishment had already struck the people. They had regretted their deed, released the Prophet, but soon after divine punishment descended upon them. While celebrating one of their festivals, a fierce red wind blew upon them. Terrified, they clung to one another. The ground beneath their feet turned into flaming sulfur, while a cloud above them rained fire. Their bodies melted like molten lead, tearing apart, and they perished in the most dreadful way, erased from the face of the earth. The story of the people of Al Rass is not just history, it's a warning. They were blessed with wealth, fertile lands, and flourishing cities, yet they abandoned the worship of Allah and instead gave their devotion to a tree. Their arrogance led them to reject their Prophet and ultimately to their own destruction. From them we learn that no matter how strong, rich, or advanced a nation becomes, turning away from Allah leads only to ruin. May Allah protect us from falling into the same mistakes and keep our hearts firm upon His guidance. If you found this reminder beneficial, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more stories and lessons from the Quran. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we upload new content. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching, and see you in the next video, inshallah.